from years of grime, marked, rusted, or having peeling paint from age and lack of care. Looking around further, she couldn't find any sign of the persistent dust, sand, or general filth that seemed to be ever present on Ashaho and its orbitals. Where was she? "Ah, I see you are finally awake." The voice was male and seemed to have come from her right. It had an odd, lilting accent to it, one she could not place. Keira turned her head, and once again the movement took serious effort. It left her feeling nearly exhausted. A dark-skinned, middle-aged man with a kind face appeared at her bedside. He wore a neat, plain blue uniform of some kind. There were 3 silver epaulets pinned upon each shoulder, and what looked like a medical badge embroidered upon his right breast, a staff entwined by serpents with some sort of wings hanging above. "Welcome back to the living." "What?" It came out as a mere croak. Her throat was dry, like sandpaper. Keira swallowed, then tried again, and had slightly more success, though she spoke only in a near whisper, and even that was difficult. "What happened?" "You don't remember?" The man's brow furrowed slightly. "Truly?" "Where am I?" Keira asked. "You are on the Imperial light cruiser Seringapatam. You were brought in with the Marines last night. Do you recall any of that?" With those words, everything came rushing and crashing back to her. That bastard, Cressy. The flight from the regulators, the running battle, the desperate need to get to the rendezvous point. "The Marines?" Keira asked herself, and then sucked in a startled breath as more memories flooded back. Keira had a flash of the rocket hammering into the APC, the great chasm opening up underneath the beast, swallowing everything, along with Chris and Wash. Her stomach dropped. They were gone. They had died trying to protect her and get her to safety. They had been as good as family. Now she would never see either again. The guilt-driven agony of that realization tore at her heart, and with it her vision became blurry once more as her eyes brimmed with tears. They were dead and not coming back. Next came the feeling of helplessness as she was forced to leave Vex, who, broken-hearted, had thrown herself into the fight with suicidal abandon. She had been critically injured and on the verge of death. The memory of Vex lying there, her armor breached, as she bled out onto the sand, somehow hurt even more. Just a meter away, MK, the ultimate killing machine, and yet somehow a gentle and innocent soul, had been turned into an utter wreck, a twisted mockery of what he had once been. Keira had been told to run, to flee, to save herself as both Vex and MK made a last desperate stand. That she had done so burned at her. "It's all right," the man said, laying a comforting hand upon her arm. "You're safe now." Keira barely heard the words. She was still reliving it. The storm was coming. Out in the open, Keira had no protection from the terrible storms that plagued Ashaho, a world wrecked by war. The winds were up. She was running across the sand that had once been a park. The regulators, the enemy, were pursuing her. She felt the searing pain of being shot, falling to the ground, desperately firing back at them with her pistol as they closed. She had been so sure that her death had been imminent. Then, as impossible as it seemed, like saviours out of the mists of an age long gone, the Imperial Marines had come. They had appeared out of nowhere and, with the help of an armoured vehicle, had beat back the enemy. She had a flash of Scarrow. Captain Scaretti, as he emerged from behind the tank, red cape fluttering in the wind behind him, his face as he leaned over to check her wounds, his deep eyes. Her fear and relief at seeing the Marine medic tending to Vex flashed before her next. Then her thoughts shifted back to the APC. "Oh, God," she thought. "Chris and Wash, both dead." "You're safe," the man said in a soothing tone. "Try to relax. You've been through quite an ordeal. It's only natural for your emotions to be strong." Keira swallowed again and blinked away the tears. The Marines had treated Vex. Had she made it? There was so much she did not know. She had difficulty speaking. Her mouth was so dry. "Vex?" "Private Harris is doing just fine," the man assured her. "I believe given time she will make a full recovery." A wave of relief washed over Keira.